I'm built to win. Applied myself, I filled it in. No time for the doubt, they counted me out, I'm getting it in. Yeah. No time for no loss, I'm
Pacers were going to make the playoffs. It didn't end so well for you, brother.
If you ain't thinking the same, then we playing by different rules. You can't see the vision, we living at different views. Until we complete the mission, keep getting up, never snooze. I walked a mile in my shoes, had the mind of a fool.
You fell asleep at the trade deadline when we had a trade to get Kyle Lowry out of here.
They told me I couldn't do it. They told me I couldn't make it. They sold it, could never break it. That's sadly mistaken. I need a piece of the pie. I want it so bad I can taste it. They told me like Toby, keep on running. Toes they gonna take
this is what we got to tell.
I've been doing this.
I filled it in. No time for the doubt. They counted me out. I'm getting it in. Yeah. No time for no loss. I pay for the cost. I'm winning to win. Yeah. Refuse to lose. I'm built to win. Apply myself, I filled it in. No time for the doubt, they counted me out, I'm getting it in. Yeah. No time for no loss, I'm paying the cost, I'm in it to win. Yeah. Refuse.
Welcome to Refuse to Lose Sports. My name is Joe Jordan. We have a great episode for y'all today. As you can see, there's only two of us on the show right now. My boy Tomo is not here, but we're going to hold it down for Mr. You Done Son. But we ain't done, son, because we just getting started. I have to let y'all know what we're going to talk about before I introduce my co-host, the superstar. But look, we got to talk about Bronny James. Hey, Dave, we barely talk about Bronny on this show. Outside of him getting drafted and Stephen A. LeBron's confrontation, we try to stay away from that. But we're going to talk about it today. He had a good game, well, stat-wise against the Bucks. Were the critics wrong about Bronny James? I'm curious to see what Dave has to say about that. OKC, they clinched a playoff spot. The first team to do it. They clinched. Should they be the favorites to win the whole thing? And we also got to talk about who are the most dangerous teams coming out the West or East. Now, obviously, you got the obvious teams like Boston Cavs, OKC, Nuggets, Lakers, you know. But outside of those teams, who's the most dangerous team in the East and the West? And lastly, we're going to have some fun, Dave. Brandon Jennings on No Chill Gill podcast, right? I think that's what it's called. And he went at everybody in this draft class. Want to play one-on-one. Lou Will set the challenge. I heard Ty Lawson set the challenge. We're going to talk about that. But like I said, and promise y'all, my boy Tom not here, but I got sitting right here next to me, my boy Davey Dollars, Mr. Doghouse himself. How you doing, my man?
I'm doing great. I can't wait to see what you got to say about Brandon Jennings crashing out. That's pretty much what he's doing right now. He's just crashing out. And yeah, I definitely want to see who you think is going to be who's the most dangerous teams in the Eastern and the Western Conference. I know the one thing I'm mostly looking forward to is the OKC topic. I want to see how you feel about OKC. But man, I'm having a great time right now, man. I'm excited about everything we're gonna have to talk about. So Joe, you know what today is, right?
Okay, what is it?
It's Friday. You know
okay.
what normally happens on Friday. You know they call Thursday pre-Friday because Friday is pretty much the start of the weekend. That's when everybody going out, you know, have fun. Sometimes it's date night, you know, and it's also where people go to the lounge and go to the club. And what do they normally do when they're in there? They turn up, Joe.
Turn me up.
Jody, do your thing.
All right, y'all. We are streaming this on 3 platforms on YouTube, Facebook, and X. So make sure y'all like this video on whatever platform you're watching this on. Subscribe and follow to all of our social media platforms. You can follow us everywhere at Refuse to Lose Sports, but on X at R2L Sports, and share this episode with somebody so they can come on and watch the show live with you, because you could be involved in the show by being in the comment section. We can see all the comments y'all will be putting out throughout the show. Shout out to my boy Daniel for being the first comment. Yo, appreciate you for being here early. Shout out to Miami Heat Zone for being here. Let's go. Yes, we are here. We about to get started. And last but not least, enjoy the rest of the show. Dave, time when I hear some hee hee hoo. Oh, I passed it myself. Okay, so look, Dave, we got to kick off the first topic. The first topic, Bronny James. So the Los Angeles Lakers set out a bunch of people. We talking about maybe the whole star five almost, right? They set a whole bunch of guys last night against the Milwaukee Bucks. They still lost. They still got blown out by the Bucks, but Bronny James tied a team high in 17 points, had a career high. And a lot of people are looking like, you know what? Maybe Bronny belongs in the NBA. There were a lot of people criticizing Bronny, saying that he didn't belong. The only reason why he got drafted because LeBron is his dad, all that stuff. So, Dave, were the critics wrong about Bronny James?
No.
Okay.
It's one game. It's one game. Look, he played well. I think he was, 7 of 10 from the field. He shot well from 3, 17 points, 5 assists, first number since Magic did it when he was young. So you think that this is the start of something new, but it's one game. We haven't seen him do this consistently. No one ever said that Bronny wasn't talented. So I'm not going to say that the critics are wrong because they never said that he wasn't talented. I don't remember hearing anyone say that he's trash. I don't remember anyone hearing saying that he just don't cut it. I just know people were saying that maybe it was just too soon. And honestly, you could probably still say that because if you look at, are we going to forget about how he played early in the season? Are we going to forget about those games where he looked like he didn't belong on the court? Because we remember that. That's something that was very consistent when he first started playing in the NBA. When he first got drafted, of course, and the first game it was just more of a memorial kind of a thing to have him on the floor with his father. But honestly, Bronny has not played that well. If you look at how he's played in the NBA compared to the G League. Now in the G League, he balling. He is balling in the G League. And that's honestly where he probably should have just started. He should have just started off right there. And then we probably would have seen a more consistent Bronny doing what he did last night. So, and then if you look at who they played against, not having everybody on the floor, he may or may not have gotten those opportunities. But I'm not even going to put that on him. Let's just say if that was a game against the Nuggets or OKC or Boston, teams that actually play really good defense, then I would be like, you know what? Maybe, just maybe they were wrong. Because, is Milwaukee known as a defensive team? No. They're not that good defensively. So that's probably something that just about anyone could do. And like I said, anybody can ball out on any given night. And he played very well last night. Don't get me wrong. He played well. But I'm not going to sit here now after one good game that he's had over the entire NBA season and say that, you know what, the critics were wrong. No, it's one game. It's one game. We got to see it more consistently. It's more of it seems to be more of a what have you done for me lately, but it's more so what have you done for me lately consistently. What are you persistent at? He has not been consistently playing well, or we don't see this all the time with Bronny. And yeah, we saw it last night, which is great. It's a good sign. It's a great sign that he actually belongs in the NBA. But we have to see it continuously, and we got to see it more and more in order for us to say that the critics were wrong.
Yeah, I'm going to now. There are different critics. There are some people that say, "Oh, he would never be good," all that stuff, right? But were the overall picture of him wrong? I would say no. I'm agreeing with you. Now I'm gonna read a quote that Bronny said. I think it was before the game. All right, he said, "I see everything that people are saying, and people think like I'm an effing robot, like I don't have any feelings or emotions." Sound like his dad with the profanity in the media, right? Hey, monkey see, monkey. My father, son see what father do, son would do. But and that's not a shot at LeBron's fatherhood. I don't want nobody taking it serious. All right, I don't want nobody to say, "Oh, you critiquing how to be a dad." He do his thing, I do my thing. All right, hey, it is what it is. All right, but anyways, no, nobody's like most people ain't wrong. Listen, the thing was this: if LeBron wasn't his father, he would never got drafted. Point blank.
He wouldn't have.
I still believe that. Now, most people say he can eventually become a everyday NBA player, because I still don't think he's an everyday NBA player. If you clip it, I should have went back and watched it. When he got drafted, I'm a Sacramento Kings fan. At the time, we had Davion Mitchell. I said he could be somewhat like a Davion Mitchell, but Davion not as good defensively, but I'm talking about a pest defensively and a better shooter than Davion Mitchell, like a shooter and a pest. He can be something like that. A guy like could be a decent role player, giving you good minutes off the bench. Do I see Bronny being like a star? I don't. I know JJ Redick said they see him being an above average player, which can happen because with the resources what his dad has and all that stuff, yes, he can get that. And also, I think he signed the highest contract for a second round pick in history. Right, you look at his contract. Normally, those guys got like a two-way contract. He had a full, legit contract with the Lakers. So that's that. And the game last night, he played well. They lost by 19, but he played well. Played 30 minutes. He was 7 for 10 from the field. I mean, it's going to happen, right? You're going to have those type of games. I remember Mark Caspi went toe-to-toe with Steph Curry. But do I think that he could do that on a nightly basis? No. So I do think Bronny James will continue to get better because who his father is, his work. I'm assuming he has great work ethic because you already can see the growth from day one to right now, right? He's shooting more with confidence. He's putting the ball on the floor and trying to score. Like he's attacking when he get his minutes. You know, even against Denver, he came in early in the game and he had a quick 5 points. You know what I mean? Like I was like, okay, you know, so he's more confident. And I think he will be better. But like I said, I think he will be a decent role player and give you valuable minutes off the bench. That's what I think he'll be.
Yeah, I agree. I think he's capable of doing that as well. And what's crazy is when he came in, I thought he would be really good defensively because that was something that I seen that was consistent with him. And we saw that wasn't necessarily true at that time because the NBA talent, the NBA speed is totally different from how it was in college. So he has potential to be there. It's just that he just gotta get up to game speed. That's all it is. I think he has the potential to be very good role player. I think he has if you look at like the Lou Williams, and I know we're gonna talk about him later, but you know, you think about some of the best role players that have ever played in a game. He has the potential to be that. He has the potential to be like, you know, like an Eddie House, possibly.
Okay.
Know? So I can see that.
Yeah, I can see Eddie House. I was about to tell you about go to Lou Will Rob. I'm
not saying exactly. I'm saying like role because you know Lou Will was a bucket.
Yeah, he was a starter coming to the bench like a Ginobili.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is like just those players that are role players because Lou Will became a role player even though we knew he should have been a starter. But I'm just saying those role players. I think he could definitely be one of like even like a Gabe Vincent. He could be something like that.
Yeah, like a Gabe. I like the Gabe Vincent. I like the Eddie House. You know what I mean? Eddie House was a shooter though, but I get what you're saying though. To that tier, and his ceiling to me, Fred VanVleet. You know, maybe I'm wrong. Hopefully I'm wrong. You know, but Fred VanVleet is probably like his ceiling to me.
Mm-hmm.
All right, on to the next topic. Oklahoma City Thunder. They got a high ceiling because they're the first team to clinch a playoff berth. Not the Cavs. The Cavs on a 3-game losing streak, by the way. People who don't know that. Mm-hmm. But OKC, they won. They won last night, and they won last night against the 76ers, and they clinched the playoff berth. And betting odds have them favorites for the first time to win the whole thing. They took it away from the Celtics. So I'm gonna kick this one off. Do we believe that the Oklahoma City Thunder should be the favorites to to win the whole thing? Before I give my answer, I'm picking OC to come out the West. All right. Did you pick him to come out the West also before the season?
Yeah.
No. You did. You picked OKC and the Bucks.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, dang.
Yeah. Trust me. I definitely ain't picking the Bucks now.
Well, we both picked OKC.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm leaning towards picking them all the way. We'll get there when the playoffs come. But no, they shouldn't be favorites. The Celtics should be favorites. I got to give it to the Celtics. At the end of the day, the Celtics are the defending champions. Although they swept the Celtics, I get it. The Celtics are the defending champions, and you know how it is. When you win the championship, you kind of coast through the season. And when playoff time comes, it's like, okay, the season started. Let's try to get to the second ring. There are a few teams who come back after winning the championship and go crazy. Warriors, they won the championship, come back and go crazy.
It was 73-19. Crazy.
73-9. I think it was a reason for that though, because when they won, people wanted to put an asterisk next to it because Kyrie and Kevin Love got hurt. And they're like, oh, y'all think we didn't deserve to win this? And they came back with some motivation and they went 73-9. But usually when a team wins a championship or a Super Bowl, they come back and it's like they look like they coach. Look at the Chiefs this year, even though they went 15-1. But you watch the Chiefs, you like, come on, bro, like they ain't like they went by the skin of their teeth.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and that's how it was a year before that when they won, and then like, come on. So that's how it is in the championship. So the Celtics, although they are quote unquote coasting, they're still 50-19. They're still playing well. They're 7 games behind OKC, and they're 6 games behind Cleveland. Cleveland, you keep losing, you might get walked by Boston. I'm just saying. But Boston still has the same team from last year. Their role players are playing much better this year. They got over that mental hurdle of winning the championship. So going through Boston, not going through because they're not the number 1 seed, but beating Boston this year will be tougher than last year. So I do think Boston should be the favorites, but I'm gonna say it right here, right now. I said I was gonna wait. OKC winning the championship. That's my favorite.
Oh,
they my favorite. How about that? They my favorite.
Oh,
so I'm picking OKC to win the whole thing. I predicted Celtics versus OKC. I'm picking OKC SGA year.
Okay.
Sorry, Teddy.
Okay.
Sorry, Jovan. Sorry, Mike.
You know what? Make that a double apology because I'm sorry too. I'm picking OKC and winning all this year as well.
Oh, for real?
I'm sorry, Joe. I see them. They look like a complete team. I'm sorry. They really look like a complete team. Offensively, defensively, it doesn't matter who it is. It could be Isaiah Joe. It could be Kassan Wallace. It doesn't matter who it is. They have someone that can give you buckets and somebody that can strap up. This, to me, if you look at defensively, as far as like their starting 5, I feel like this is the best starting 5 defensively in the league right now. With SGA, with Lou Dort, Jalen Williams, I think this is the best defensively starting. Isaiah Hartenstein, Chet. This is a really good defensive team, and they're not just good defensively; they're really good offensively as well. I think they're top 10 in offense and defense this season. This team is just really good. And the thing is, SGA isn't your typical. He's not your typical player in the NBA nowadays who shoots a lot of threes. Yes, he shoots threes. But I can guarantee you, he's gonna get to the lane and he's gonna shoot that midi, and he's gonna take you to that free throw line. And I know there's a lot of people that have been saying that he gets to the line a lot. Well, if you look at the last few MVPs, all of them get to the line a lot. So this ain't nothing new. This ain't. Stop trying to create a narrative to say that he just gets to the line a lot. James Harden, when he won the MVP, he got to the line a lot. Russell Westbrook, when he won the MVP, he got to the line a lot. LeBron James, when he won the MVP, he got to the line a lot. Mm-hmm. Steph Curry, I think his unanimous MVP season, he got to the line a lot. Well, no, I think he was the only anomaly, honestly. I think he's the only MVP that really didn't get a lot of free throws.
Yeah, threes, that's why.
Who else? Embiid, we all know when he won the MVP, he was on the line a lot because that's what people saw. I think he's had like 85% from the field from the free throw line in his MVP season. So this is nothing new to me. And yes, I think Boston should be the title favorites because of the champs. Because I mean, it's not like they're the 6th seed or nothing like that. They're the number 2 seed in the East. They're right there. They really ain't go that far back from what they were last year. They were the number 1 seed last year, and now they're the number 2 seed. That's not a huge drawback. And honestly, they seem to be playing a lot better this year than they were last year. I understand that they were shooting like record 3-pointers last year, but they had some record 3-pointer shoot games this season as well. They still have Jason Tatum. They still got Jaylen Brown. They still have Kristaps Porzingis. They still got Drew Holiday. As long as they still got all these guys, Derek White, I don't see them not getting out of the East. Honestly, they have some tough competition with Cleveland and the Knicks. Well, not really the Knicks because the Knicks can't really beat no top team. Milwaukee, I guess. there's some competition there. And I can't wait till we talk about the dangerous teams in the East, because you might be surprised at who I picked in that. And OKC just shows me that no matter who they play, no matter when they play, they're gonna play the game. As long as all their 5 players out there, they come into play. Like you said, they swept Boston. They played really good against Denver. I think they were 2-2 against Denver. Played really good against LA. They don't care who they play. And I think they only lost 1 game in the Eastern Conference so far this season. So they were 24, 25-1 against the Eastern Conference. So
dang.
they just don't lose games when it comes to the Eastern Conference. So it's just, my Miami Heat knows that for sure, because we choked away a 25-point lead against these guys. So
lost by 15.
Exactly.
25-1, Dave. Woo!
25-1. See, they don't lose against the East. So I can understand why they have them as the title favorites, but I think respectfully it should be Boston. But I got OKC winning it all.
Oh my gosh. Listen, SGA, in my opinion, in the playoffs, every series he would be the best player. That's including Boston, you Boston fans. SGA would be the best player. And everybody said, oh, he's a free throw merchant. When he gets to the playoffs, it's going to be like James Harden. His numbers are going to drop off.
I'm glad you said that, because even if you take away free throws, he still leads the league in points, Joe.
Exactly.
He still leads the league in points without free throws.
I was going to say that. And the type of player, see, this is what people don't understand. The type of player prime James Harden was, he wasn't really a 3-level scorer. James Harden, Dave, think about it. How many times you seen James Harden post up and shoot a fadeaway in his prime? Not much. How you score? Step, like cross you up, layup or floater, or a 3.
Or get into the line. That's exactly what he did.
He was shooting no mid-range and stuff. SGA is a true 3. Now, can Harden do that? Yes. But was he like that? No. So when he didn't get to the line a lot, he didn't have that. He couldn't transfer that to the playoffs. SGA has playoff style gameplay. The way he plays, it's like Kobe. The way he plays, it's like Kawhi Leonard. The way he plays, it's like Jordan. I'm not calling him Jordan, but how he can just get any shot off. No matter, all he gotta do is get to a spot, and he will get his shot off.
And his game is so smooth, Joe. It's like no matter who, like I said, no matter who on him, he go cook him. That don't matter. He don't care who it is. Put Giannis on him, he gonna cook him. Put Drew Holiday on him, he gonna cook him. I mean, Jimmy Butler did it too, so I think that's pretty easy. Don't matter who you put on him, they're gonna get buckets.
That's what I'm saying. Like, that's why I love. If he play Boston, they're gonna be switching, rotating. Like, this is the year of SGA. I mentioned it, Dave. I said it last episode. This year, SGA is gonna remind everybody of somebody special in 2009 and 2010.
That's Kobe season.
Sega doing work. Sega. All right. Let's move on, man. Next topic. So we're going to stick to the West. OKC is running the West, but we're not talking about OKC, the Lakers, the Nuggets. We want to focus on these other teams that aren't literal title favorites. We're going to talk about who's the most dangerous. Kind of like who the most scariest. So I'm going to kick it off to you, Dave. What team do you believe is the most dangerous team in the West to threaten one of these title favorites?
I think we talked about them before.
You know, it's funny. I think we're going to agree with almost everything today. But go ahead.
It's the Warriors, Joe.
Okay. We ain't missing the Warriors.
It's the Warriors. The Warriors, to me, is the team that's most dangerous in the West because they already have 2 players on that team that have won a title. Well, I mean, 2 main players with Draymond and Steph. They have another guy who they just got at the trade deadline who's been to the finals twice. And he was the guy. He was the reason why they got there. They are, 13-3 since Jimmy Butler got there? It's one of the best teams in the West. And they were they weren't looked at as a playoff team. They were looked at as a team that could barely make it to the play-in before Jimmy got there. Jimmy got there and made a huge difference. Now, that's not to say that Jimmy has been giving them buckets every single time, because he hasn't had a lot of – that's not what Jimmy is. Jimmy is not a guy that's going to give you 30, 40-point games consistently. That's not what he is. That's not what he's there for. However, in his last game, he did just put up a triple-double. So Jimmy can do it all. He can score, he can pass, and he can rebound. But the biggest thing where Jimmy makes a difference is defensively. Draymond and Jimmy Butler are two of the best defensive tandems in the NBA right now. I still think the best defensive tandem as far as the two guys on the team would be probably Jared Allen and Evan. I think those two guys are the probably the best two defensive guys in the league right now in Cleveland. But Jimmy Butler and Draymond defensively is a nightmare. Let's just be honest about it. Because Draymond played I think that game against Giannis was what, 0-6 when covered by Draymond. And we all know Jimmy is going to strive with whoever is on it. He's going to make it tough for you. With those two guys being able to play defensively makes it easier for Steph to be able to do what he does. Now, I know Steph got a back contusion injury from what happened in the game last night, so hopefully he's okay. But as long as they are good, I think the Warriors are the most dangerous team in the Western Conference.
I agree with you, but I'm going to show another team love, though. The Minnesota Timberwolves. I think they're dangerous. Why do I think me and AJ talked about them on Unfazed the other day on Tuesday? Why do I think they're dangerous? Number one, they got a bona fide superstar, Anthony Edwards. Did you know against the Lakers, Nuggets, and OKC, Minnesota is 7-4 against the top three teams in the West? Now, not seeding-wise, but the top three teams that people are picking to win a title. They are 7-4 against those teams. One thing about Anthony Edwards against anybody, including SGA, he can rise up to the occasion and be the best player. He can do that. Another thing about Anthony Edwards, he plays the other side of the ball. He will guard your best player. He would do what Stephen A. Smith said about Kobe. He would guard your best player. He would defend the perimeter. But he's not Kobe though. That's SGA. But anyways, they got a bona fide superstar. Number two, since the All-Star break, Minnesota Timberwolves are third in points per game, fifth in three-point percentage, second in taking care of the ball as far as turnovers, and fifth in offensive rating. So offensively, they've been lights out. And since Julius Randle came back, we're talking about Jimmy Butler. Since Julius Randle came back from injury, they only lost one game. Minnesota lost one game. They went 12-0 with him before they lost their first game. So Julius Randle's playing much better. And I think when they play the small ball, which the Warriors basically does, right? Small ball with Draymond Green at the center. When they play small ball and put Julius Randle out there, when Rudy Gobert is out, I mean, the paint is open. He's lights out. Nas Reed is playing good right now. I think he's a second leading scorer, if I'm not mistaken. But Rudy Gobert is the key factor. I said this on Unfazed. I need to see him have some defensive moments in the playoffs. I need to see more consistency. We can't see Rudy Gobert just keep getting exposed in the playoffs. Now, overall, I do agree with you. The Warriors, outside of the three teams that the Lakers, Nuggets, and OKC, I do think the Warriors are the most dangerous team because of Steph Curry is dangerous. I mean, come on now. He can also rise to the occasion. He's a two-time MVP, one unanimous, 4 rings. I mean, come on, do I got to say more? Jimmy Butler is itching to get his first ring. That's the thing about the Warriors. They have winners, and they added a guy who wants to be in that winning circle. You know how it is. When you add, it's easier to have a baby than to raise up the dead. When you got guys who already been there, they won, they done, okay, Kuminga already won, okay, cool. Moody already won, they won. Okay, cool. We need some new blood in the building that's excited. Babies are excited. Kids are excited. They want to run around. They want you to play. Come on, can you play with me? No, I'm walking right now. Can you play? Can you play? Can you play? Old people, they just want to sit in a rocking chair. They want to sit there and watch everybody else play. Jimmy Butler is that new baby. He came in. He got there, but he never won. Never closed the door. He leaves Miami in a toxic relationship. Shout out to Thomas Alexander. One time he told me and you, he said, "You ever been in a relationship and you ever been in a relationship so long, and then when you leave the relationship, you look back and be like, I don't know how I stayed that long." That was Jimmy Butler. He like, I don't know how I fed up with Pat Roddy, man. What's wrong with I should have been came to the Warriors. So he's itching for a ring. So I do think overall the Warriors are the most like dangerous team. I like my East team. I'm going to pick. I don't think they can win, but I think they're dangerous. But the Warriors, I actually think they can win. I don't think Minnesota could win the whole thing. They're dangerous, but can they win the whole thing? No.
Yeah.
But can the Warriors? Yes. I think we're gonna agree with it.
Same. Well, I mean, you go first on the East, so I definitely want to hear what I say. You first on the East, so I got to hear what you're gonna say. So, you know, as Joe was saying, we already talked about the West. So we got to go to the other side of the world. You know the favorites, Cleveland and Boston and the Knicks. However,
Knicks, Boston and Celtics. That's it.
Hey, I'm just saying. They third. So you kind of got to mention them. But out of those three, well, technically two, but for show purposes, three. Joe.
Yes.
What team in the Eastern Conference could cause some issues in the playoffs in the East? What team do you believe is the most dangerous?
When I made this pick, I asked myself, which team outside of Cleveland will beat Boston? And not will, but if they were to beat Boston, I wouldn't be shocked. I'd be like, you know what? I see how that happened. The chat will be lit if this happened. I'm going with the Pacers. I'm going with the Indiana Pacers.
Okay.
Yes. Okay. They can be dangerous. One thing about the Pacers. Now, right now, last year, they were historic offensively. I mean, I think they broke the record with the offensive rating. They scored them and the Hawks went to overtime. I think they scored the most points in regulation. They didn't even go to overtime. They scored the most points in regulation in the more than we've seen in a long time. I saw the Kings and the Clippers go to double overtime and scored 170. And these dudes did it in regulation. They scored like 158, 159 regulation. And the Kings and Clippers went to double overtime. So Indiana is dangerous because offensively, they can score anybody. They can score anybody offensively. We saw them last year. Last year, offensively, awesome. Defensively, wasn't awesome. But once they got to the playoffs, the defense actually caught up with them. I'm not going to say they were terrific defensively, but they were good enough on the same pace of their offense. That makes sense. So the pace that they had with their offense, the defense was good enough to win. They blew out the Knicks. They went through Milwaukee. And it was a sweep, but they challenged Boston in every game except one. They challenged Boston with Tyrese Halliburton being hurt. So obviously they got to be healthy. It's a Siakam 4 year with them. He's leading them in scoring. Tyrese Halliburton has ticked it down a little bit. He will have to raise his game, obviously. But just the fact that they play fast, they want to play how Boston plays. Boston want to shoot a lot of threes. They want to play fast too. Indiana can match that. So would I be surprised? Now, would I pick the Celtics to win? Yes. All day, every day. But if they were to end up beating Boston, would I sit back and be like, dang, I didn't see that coming? I wouldn't be surprised. So I'm going with Indiana. Based on your reaction, I'm assuming we got different teams. Go ahead.
Yes, we do have different teams. Yes, we do.
Oh, Lord. Who you got?
All right, Joe. So I'm not going to be a delusional fan. It's not Miami Heat.
Okay. I'm curious who you got in the East.
This team.
Ooh, go ahead.
This team, Joe, has caught a lot of people surprised this season. And
it's not gonna be lit.
It's actually I thought when you said that, I was like, okay, I could see that. Because this person talks a lot of trash in the chats. He bets a lot of people in the chest, especially when it comes to Chipotle. I think it's the Detroit Pistons. I think the Pistons could be the most dangerous team in the Eastern Conference. As much as I don't like the Pistons, I gotta be honest about it. Because Cade is that guy. Cade is that guy. I think he has the ability to take over a game. And what you need from your stars, you need them to take over a game or two. Mm-hmm. I think Boston has enough staff to be able to help that out. They got, was it Amin Thompson or Star Thompson? I keep forgetting which brother is where. Mm-hmm. He's a really good defender. They got Malik Beasley, who's a sharpshooter. You don't want to leave him open whatsoever. Then you got Jalen Duran. I think this team is really, really. They could really shock some. They could shock somebody in the Eastern Conference. I honestly believe that if it is today and they match up against the Knicks, I think they can get the Knicks out in the first round. I really do, because the Knicks they don't show me enough to say that they're legit. Like, you see, at times you see them where they can dominate a game, but then when they go against the best, they squander. They just look weak. They haven't beaten Cleveland, haven't beaten Boston, haven't beaten the Lakers, haven't beaten OKC. They just can't beat no one. They can't beat none of the top teams in the country right now. They just can't do it. So until they show me that they can beat one of the top teams, I'm not going to consider them as a team that can actually win it all, because I don't think they can. And with that being said, let's say that means second round they're going against what? They're going to go up against the 2 seed, and that's Boston.
That would be Boston.
And honestly, they haven't, gotten dominated by Boston when they played them. They played them actually pretty close. And with them playing close, I think it's possible that they can upset the Celtics. Now, if I saw the matchup, I'm picking the Celtics. Don't get me wrong. Mm-hmm. I think between the Celtics and Cleveland actually to represent the Eastern Conference this year in the NBA Finals. But if there's a team out there that I'm looking at that's like, maybe they can challenge them, I think it's the Pistons. I think the Pistons can definitely challenge Boston. I think they for sure can challenge the Knicks. I don't think the Knicks is the one team in the top three that I think anyone from 4 through 7 can beat, honestly. I think the Pacers, Bucks, Pistons, and Hawks, I think all of them can be able to get the Knicks up out of there, honestly. That's just me. But yeah, I think the Pistons, man, they're 6-4 in their last 10 games. Definitely shown that they can score against the best and they can defend with the best. So I think it's Detroit.
So the good thing about Detroit, since the All-Star break, they got the number 1 defense. But the reason why I'm not gonna go with Detroit is because the lack of experience. I mean, these dudes were counting down their win streak and they were winning 7 games in a row. Like, them dudes are happy just to do that. And also, I know you were upset with the Knicks. What's the Knicks record against the top teams? 0-something?
0-9.
Well, the 3 best teams you say in the East, as far as title favorites? Title favorites. Celtics, obviously.
Celtics, Cavs, and
probably the Bucks.
Yeah.
Well, Detroit is 1-8 against those teams. So they are 1-8 against those teams. And on top of that, they don't have playoff experience. Mm-hmm. I've been there, Dave. I've been there. You were the 3rd seed one time. We was lighting the beam every night. I mean, I want the Warriors. The experience showed in Game 7.
Yeah, that's true. But they also have a coach there who was just in the Eastern Conference playoffs last year, JB Bickerstaff. I think he knows them. He knows them teams well enough. I think the coaching changes a lot of things for them. Yeah, they don't have a lot of experience over there. I agree. But I just think that it's possible they can at least get past the Knicks.
I mean, who can't? Sorry, they got no defense. I know we always want the Bucks get on defense. They ain't got defense. The Knicks. But the Knicks also can beat anybody except for the Cavs or the Celtics. Because they offensively are just so good. But like I said, their defense is good. Cade is emerging. I mean, he's a triple-double machine. And he does it all. I forgot that they got a nickname for him. I forgot what it's called. It basically means he can do it all. but it like that stands out to me. They're 1-8 against us. They're 1-3 against the Celtics, 0-3 against the Cavs, and 0-2 against the Bucks. So they haven't really beaten it. And Carl always talk about this. We can't beat the Bucks or the Celtics. That's why when Carl beat the Celtics, he was throwing a parade. Right? So that's why I'm not there yet, because they're not scary, because like the Rockets, they're the number 2 seed, but ain't none of us pick the Rockets because they just not scary.
Yeah, but they also been like pretty up and down this year too. Like there was a time when they were hot, then they were cold, then they get right back hot, and then they just might get cold again. So,
but they second seed right now, and Detroit has been that too. We don't notice it because we're like, they were terrible last year. So you expected the Rockets to be better this year. So when the Rockets take their roller coasters, you like, oh, what happened?
Jameis signed a 2-year deal with the Giants.
Who?
Jameis Winston. 2 years, 2 years, $8 million.
Oh yeah, we getting at least. Hold up, we getting at least 6 interceptions this year. Shout out to Jameis Winston. I might get a Jameis Winston a pregame speech twice a year. Let's get it. Hopefully we can get on postgame one though, because if he beat us, he'll get one.
I think that means that they're out of the Aaron Rodgers race.
That's good for the Giants, though. I like that move. Tell you the truth.
I do.
You know what? Before we go to the last topic, right? Let's talk about that. Breaking news. We got time, right, Dave?
Mm-hmm.
All right, I'm gonna ask you first. What's your reaction? I got the banner. What's your reaction to Jameis Winston signing to New York Giants?
I mean, he's perfect for New York. What's New York known for? The media. Jameis is perfect for New York. Whatever. What do we? I think we said this a while ago. New York needs some way to be able to sell tickets. You don't have a superstar there right now. I mean, you got Malik Neighbors. He's an emerging star. Don't get me wrong, but you don't have a Saquon Barkley anymore. You need something else to spark that team, because that team, that fan base is just about dead right now. They ain't got nothing to celebrate. You got Jameis there. Jameis gonna give up the ball, but he gonna score some points too. He gonna get you some yards, and he gonna score some points. So it's gonna be some exciting football with the Giants, man. I think this is a good move. I'm not gonna lie. I think it's a really good move. I'm not saying that this is a playoff kind of move or for them to compete, but I think when it comes to being able to, get the fan base involved now with Jameis Winston there. And depending on what they do in the draft, if they draft a quarterback or not, who knows? Because they're the 3rd pick, so they may not be able to have. They may not have that opportunity unless they go and draft Jackson Dart. I don't see it. Unless Cleveland doesn't draft Shedeur Sanders, then that would be weird. But not weird, but that's something that the Browns would do. Honestly, I could see that. But that would just be this is a really good move for New York. It's, like I said, it's not about wins as far as how they're going to be able to compete in the NFL, but just to get the fan base back involved, to have something to be excited about. I think this is a good move.
Yeah, man. I mean, I like the move too. Jameis Winston last year, he played 12 games, 61% completion percentage, 2,100 yards basically. 13 touchdowns, right? And interceptions, I got to look that up too. Interceptions, he had 12 interceptions. But Jerry Jeudy numbers went through the roof once he came through. So you got Malik Neighbors over there. He going to get his targets. You got Malik Neighbors over there, right? And you got Tracy, you got the running back. So they got a good run game coming on the 2nd year. And you got Malik Neighbors. So do I think that, and their defense is pretty solid, do I think that he's going to get them to the playoffs? No, I don't think that. I think it's a good move for multiple reasons. Like you said, start him. He brings attention. He's known for his pregame speech. He's known for his postgame speech when they win, right? Also, he's known for the up and down roller coaster. Like he gonna make plays and get the crowd excited. He gonna throw some good balls, right? But footballs, but they gonna have some. Oh no!
Exactly.
I remember the Broncos game. Oh my gosh, the Broncos game, when the Broncos played the Broncos, let's go. I hope everyone had a terrific week. Shout out my Blaze. The Broncos game, he had plays. We were like, okay, Jameis. But then right after that, he was throwing crazy pick six. He threw 2 picks. He threw like 5 touchdowns total. He threw 4. I think he had like 4 regular touchdowns, and he had 2 pick sixes that game.
Exactly.
And the touchdowns he threw were really good. So like I don't know, the chat was so up and down. It was so funny. So I think it's a good move. I've been hearing. I know you've been hearing it too. Hearing about Jameis going there, but I didn't know what they was doing. I know they was waiting for Aaron Rodgers, but I see that Aaron Rodgers went and met with Steelers, so they probably like he's not coming to us, right? So we're going to sign Jameis. I like the move. Hopefully Jameis can get his career back as far as like a permanent starter, because he came in and looked way better than Deshaun Watson. They started winning games, right, against some good teams too. So hopefully he could upset some teams in the NFC East, not named Commanders.
Yeah, he definitely has the potential to do so. We know Jameis can win you some games, but he can also lose you some games. So, like I said, it's gonna be up. It's gonna be up and down. It's gonna be up and down, but I think it's gonna be exciting football.
I want to see Jerry Jeudy stats real quick, Dave, with James Winston. Hold on. All right, James Winston came in week 8. Hold up, in week 8, and let's see. Hold up.
Well, I know I think he became like top 3 receiver yards wise after Jameis came in, and the entire NFL.
Oh, here we go. Yeah. So, all right, he had a total of 61 catches, 955 yards with a 200-yard game, 3 touchdowns in 12 games. So, dang, 955 yards in 12 games, pretty decent, you know. And that's how many yards? That's 80 yards a game. He had 80 yards a game. So that's pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty good.
These Malik Neighbors gonna get fed the ball a lot.
Oh, yes, he is. Yes, he is. And targets. He was averaging 8 targets a game.
And just imagine if they do draft Travis Hunter. You got Travis Hunter and Malik Neighbors out there.
Oh, yeah, they're not going to drive the quarterback no more. Well, they might still drive the quarterback, though, and James might sit behind him.
But that depends, though. That depends if Shadur Sanders. Yeah, it depends on what the Browns do. Because I think Cam Ward is going to be number 1 overall pick.
Yo, imagine Shadur over James.
That's what it seems like right now. It seems like it's going to be Cam Ward to the Titans. It's just what are the Browns going to do at 2?
Yeah, I saw that they're preparing to draft them, number 1. But the Browns, this draft Shador, y'all. Come on. Like, dang. Like, I need a quarterback. The boy out for the year.
I've seen some things say that it's consensus that he's going to the Browns, but it's the Browns, so you never really know.
They're not smart. All right. So, no chill, whatever it's called. Shout out to Gilbert Arenas. Number one NBA podcast on YouTube, by the way. Shout out to them. Brandon Jennings. He want all the smoke, Dave. So what they do on that show during NBA games, they don't play it live, but they have the score up there and they like talk live, right? And they just talk during the game. And they were talking about his draft class. I should have had a video. Talking about his draft class. And they mentioned guys like Jeff, they mentioned Drew Holiday. He said that he better than Drew Holiday. He might have a better career than me, but I'm better than Drew Holiday. And Gilbert Arenas hyped it up and said, like, oh, you dropped 55 in your rookie first game ever. Drew was on the bench, right? He said James Harden was on the bench. All these guys in his draft class, Blake Griffin, James Harden. So they basically said if you did a redraft, you wouldn't even go top 10. He's like, what? Yes, I would. So he went out and challenged guys in the draft class one-on-one. And as you see, Lou Will accepted the challenge, right? And then I think you also said Ty Lawson, right?
Mm-hmm.
Accepted the challenge. So, Dave, what is your reaction to Brandon Jennings making these statements?
He crashing out, man. That's one thing I can say. He crashing out. Brandon Jennings, he's had multiple times where he just burst out of something when he just say something that's wild. I mean, this is not too wild because, I mean, when he got drafted, we all know that 55-point game that he continues to talk about all the time. So we know that's what he does. But he wasn't a consistent guy in the league. Like he had the potential to be one of the best point guards in the league, but some reason it just didn't fizzle out that way for him. Now, if it's between him and Lou Will, I'm picking Lou Will all day. I'm sorry. I'm picking Lou Will all day long because Lou Will is a bona fide bucket. Lou Will is one of the best players that has ever played in the NBA as far as what he needed to do. If you need someone to go get a bucket, Lou Will can go get you a bucket. At times, that wasn't necessarily the case for Brandon Jennings. I mean, he shot what 38% from the field for his career. That's not that good, honestly. It's not that good. That's not. Now that would be good if that was 3-point percentage. If he shot 38% from the 3-point line, that's like all right, good. But from the field, no. I'm picking Lou Will in that 1-on-1. I mean, I could probably see him beating like Ty Lawson, possibly, but Ty Lawson was really good defensively as well, so that won't be easy on him. And someone else, I think Marcus Thornton had also replied to him as well.
Marcus Thornton, yeah.
So he challenged the people. That's I like to see those kind of challenges. Don't get me wrong, but I feel like he just I don't know, man. If I'm going between the two, I'm picking Lou Will to beat him in 1-on-1. That's me. I'm picking Lou Will automatically. Now, Brandon Jennings not to say that Brandon Jennings don't have a shot to beat him in 1-on-1 because I think he does, but I'm just going with Lou Will.
Yeah. So do I think he's crazy? I see what he's saying because Brandon Jennings was a bucket. I mean, we're talking about not NBA, not 5-on-5. You know, we talking about just outside playing 1-on-1. Brandon Jennings can hoop.
Mm-hmm.
He suffered a lot of injuries, including an Achilles. He had Achilles injuries. He had a lot of injuries on his lower body, so that kind of derailed his career. We talking 5-on-5. He won't get drafted top 10 in this draft.
Mm-hmm.
But Lou Will, I don't think Lou Will was in this draft. Marcus Thornton was. I think Ty Lawson was too, but I don't know if Ty Lawson was. But just the guys in his draft, I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 guys that will beat him 1-on-1. James Harden.
Yes, of course.
James Harden. Steph Curry.
Yes.
DeMar DeRozan.
Yes.
He said he will beat Jrue Holiday. I think Jrue Holiday.
I think Jrue Holiday gonna give him too many problems defensively. He ain't gonna be able to beat Jrue Holiday. Jrue Holiday gonna stop that man. And he can give him buckets too. Exactly. Jrue Holiday put him in the post.
Exactly. Too big. And Tyreke Evans. I think Tyreke Evans beat on 1-on-1. Tyreke Evans 6'5", also a ball handler. Like 1-on-1 is his game. But Brandon Jennings, I don't think he's crazy though, because he was a bucket though. Like he was a scorer. You know what I mean? He had a lot of raw talent. He was really good. But I wouldn't say he crashing out. But he already said these guys had better careers than me, but they weren't better than me. And when you say better, I don't think he's talking about like overall player. I think he's talking about getting buckets. You know what I mean?
Buckets,
like,
okay. If he's talking about getting buckets, then I understand it. Then.
Yeah.
Because if I'm talking about just getting buckets between him and Ty Lawson, I'm picking him. If it's between him and Marcus Thornton, I'm picking him. I'm sorry. I'm picking Brandon.
Well, Marcus Thornton was a bucket too, though.
He was, but I'm picking
like Brandon Jennings, though.
But I'm picking Brandon Jennings over those two as far as bucket getting. Now, if between him and Lou Will, I'm picking Lou Will.
Marcus Thornton was a bucket, man. And he a pit bull too. He coming at you.
He was, but Brandon Jennings was a bona fide bucket getter. If we talking about between just to go out there and score, I'm taking Brandon Jennings over Ty Lawson and Marcus Thornton. But I see it as a closer battle between him and Lou Will than the other two.
I don't know, man. Lou Will. I got Lou Will cooking him, bro. I got Lou Will beating him, bro. Like I do. Now
I do. That's what I'm saying. I do too. I'm saying that the battle between him and Lou Will is closer than the battle between him, Ty Lawson, and him and Marcus Thornton to me.
I don't know. I think you underestimated Marcus Thornton and Ty Lawson. Now, I think you are, Dave. Especially Marcus Thornton. See, Ty Lawson was like speedy. he for high pace. You know what I mean? But like Marcus Thornton was a scorer, dog.
I'm
When
not
he
saying
has opportunities. So that's what I'm saying. Like I think the one-on-one match between Thornton and Brandon Jennings. You know, I'm disrespecting Brandon Jennings too at the same time. I'm sorry. I don't know, man, but I got Lou Will beating him though, because Lou Will defensively, I mean, it's one-on-one we talk about, and I think they're probably the same size. Lou Will probably a little bigger,
I think Louis might be a little taller.
a little taller. I think Brandon Jennings like 6'3". Brandon Jennings, let me see. Brandon Jennings height, because are they gonna actually do this? Brandon Jennings he's 6'1". I'm tripping. He's 6'1". Hold up, Lou Will like 6'3" then. Lou Williams, come on, where you at? Lou Williams. Oh, he's 6'2".
Oh, so they close in height.
Okay. Why I feel
So
like he was taller?
height
And
ain't
Marcus
really.
Thornton probably 6 foot. Marcus Thornton wasn't tall. Marcus Thornton was 6'4". Oh yeah, he getting Louis. He too big. And he ain't pause. He got some size to him too. Like Marcus Thornton, he might beat him 1-on-1. Like we see these NBA players and we try to judge based on like what they did in the NBA. We talking about 1-on-1. It's a whole different ball game 1-on-1. All right, here go look at Ty. Brandon Jennings had a bad field goal percentage because his teams were trash. Nah, you're right. He was the guy. He had to shoot a lot. Oh yeah, he also missing Jeff T. Who you think winning that 1-on-1?
Brandon Jennings.
I don't know, man. I don't see my man Jeff T. Shout out to Wake Forest. Jeff T was like that too.
He was. I'm not saying he wasn't. I just.
Oh, you don't remember Marcus Thornton? Blaze? He played for us. That's how I know about him a lot. He dropped like 40 on KD now. OKC. KD Westbrook now. He dropped like 40 on them. On ESPN. I remember that. We had the all black jerseys. Yeah, Marcus Thornton, he averaged 11 points in his career. Marcus Thornton, he averaged, hold on, let's see. His career high was 14 points, which was his rookie year. That's crazy. He played for New Orleans. He played for us for a while. Brooklyn, Boston, Phoenix, Houston, Washington. But he averaged 14. No, his career high was 18. Averaged 18.7 with us. He was a scorer. Yeah. I got BJ over T.
Yeah, I do too. I got him over T.
Yeah, don't sleep my man Jeff T. I don't know.
Ain't nobody sleeping on him. I'm not saying Jeff T was trash, but I'm gonna take Brandon Jennings over him.
Yeah, I might take Brandon Jennings though. But I don't know. 1-on-1, Marcus Thornton might beat Brandon Jennings though. He might like beat him a head up. He's 6'4".
But I'm going with Brandon Jennings.
Yeah. Oh, I hope they do this, man.
I hope so too. Lou Will already accepted it, so I want to see that.
Lou Will gonna win. The fact that he accepted it, he gonna win, bro. I think Lou Will still be hooping.
He look like he do.
Lou Will didn't suffer no Achilles and all that stuff like Brandon Jennings did. Like Brandon Jennings was like he had like Lou Will, he can get to his spot too and like score. Lou Will was a leading scorer for the Clippers when they lost to the Warriors. When KD said, "I'm Kevin Durant," he was a leading scorer. He a bucket. Like he a bucket in the NBA. Like in the playoffs. Come on, man. Lemon pepper Lou. All right. All right, let's get to these R2L pick'ems. All right, Dave. Before you go, I'm gonna let everybody know who Tomo got. So, I got the record right here. Here go the records, y'all.
You got to show the records too.
My bad. You know, they showing off. They killing right now. So Dave 7-3. He's leading the way. I'm 6-4. Tomo and the Wizards let him down. They had one job. They lose by 3 to the Utah Jazz. Oh yeah, Blaze, of course.
Jamal Crawford, yeah, that's easy.
I got Crawford over some guys playing today. Crawford like that.
Yes.
Tomo reckoning like the Cowboys. Dang, Tomo. All right. So Tomo. So look, it's an R2L pick'em. I'm sorry, Artuel Lockerman. Basically, y'all, this is not like these are our opinions. So I don't want nobody coming in here and put all their house money or their mortgage money, whatever they want to talk about, and put it on the picks we're going to give. And then if the picks don't go through, you come looking for us like Cuz did on Squid Games. Don't do that. All right? Because we're not responsible for you being irresponsible.
Nope.
So these are our opinions. We're going to win some, we're going to lose some. But guess what? Don't bet everything because you can live to fight another day. All right? So these are our picks. Tomo, he got the Caps -1.5 over the Panthers. Dave, who you picking?
I got the Dallas Stars or the Philadelphia Flyers -1.5.
Oh, both of y'all going with hockey, huh?
Yeah, I was trying to look for for the NBA, but it wasn't showing up for me for some reason, so I just went with what I know.
Okay. So I'm gonna go with. Yeah, I'm going NBA. I'm going with sticking to what I know. Someone's telling me I want to go college though.
Yeah, I was looking at that too.
You know what? Let me do college. Give me a second, y'all. Give me a second. All right. So I'm gonna go. Oh, that's March Madness though. I don't want to do this. You know what? It ends now. Give me Purdue over McNeese 6.5 -6.5.
What?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
I get they got Cuz coming out rapping like he the 49ers and stuff like he Debo and them. I understand that. I understand.
I mean, Debo with y'all now, so
you motivated, yeah. Before you say, you gotta say motivated Debo. That's what he said. They getting motivated Debo. That's what he said.
I know what he said, but what I'm saying is Debo's on your team now. So
shout out to Debo, man. We're gonna be like that this year. I put all my money on Tomo picks. I need him to pay my mortgage. My knowledge over is Brown over Nicholson.
If I was going to pick college though, my pick would have been St. John over Arkansas. That would have been my pick.
Yeah, picking March Madness is wild.
Yeah. But I'm
all right, we went boxing if y'all didn't know.
Yeah, so Tomo sticking with my NHL.
You said what?
So sticking with my NHL though.
Yeah. All right, let's get it, man. All right, Dave.
Jaylen Brown is out at least 2 more games.
Well, they ain't trying to get the number 1 seed. Okay, I see. Well, Tatum, time for you to cook, my boy.
Mm-hmm.
It's time for you to cook. All right. So look, hey, listen, y'all. I don't have the graphic for all the shows, but you can put $2,000 on their picks. Well, I hope you got 200,000 sitting in your account. You're gonna put $2,000 on the picks. Because if you don't, my boy, that's on you.
Or 2 million.
Yeah, 2 million, 200,000. You're right, 2 million. Come on, man. But anyways, Refuse to Lose Sports is a network, y'all. If you click on the description section, you can see all the links to every show we have. We have a show for almost every single sport. So make sure y'all tune in. You can see Ty in the comment section. He does the boxing stuff. Him and Tomo, the boxing episode. Him, Tomo, and Rick and Ricky. So make sure y'all do that. Click on that. And Dave, real quick, tell them about the IG chats.
Yeah, so IG chats, we pretty much give you all breaking news there. We have healthy debates there. We have topics that come from there. Pretty much, you have an opportunity to see everything that's going on in the sports world, whether it's someone being traded, someone being signed, someone being cut, someone being suspended.
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't matter what it is, you get it right there first. And it could be someone balling in the G League. You might get that notification as well. But you wouldn't know that if you weren't in these chats. And we have NBA, NFL, WNBA, we have college football and college basketball, men and women. We got soccer, we have hockey, we have baseball, we have golf, and we have boxing, we have UFC and F1 racing. Those are all the ones that we have. I don't think I missed anything. I think I got everything.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So those are all the ones that we have. And wow, that's something. Okay. Blaze put in the bid for something.
Okay. Oh.
Blaze put in the
Okay.
bid for something.
We gonna
Okay.
talk.
We'll have that discussion.
Hey,
It's gonna be
WWE is gonna be on Timo TV. Hey, WWE thing is getting very popular though. Well, it's been popular, but it's like
it's starting to go back. It's starting to
I
rise
mean
back.
a lot of people who like diehard fans of that.
Yeah, I'm not gonna say I met some people, but
I have here.
yeah, all right. Maybe I need to get out more up here.
Hey, John Cena went heel. I ain't know what the heck that meant. I ain't gonna lie.
I knew what it meant when I saw it. I was like, oh wow, that boy turned.
He turned evil, turned bad. Yeah. Boy,
Yeah. But those are the IG chats. I said if you want to get in there, then you got to become a member. If you're not a member, then sorry. I mean, should have been there when we first started, and you'd have been grandfathered in, but too bad.
to become a member, click the link in the description, and you can join our. We have IG chats. You can join our IG chats, and when you're a superstar, when you are a pro member, you can join one chat. When you are an all pro member, you can join every chat except for the VIP chat, all star member. Sorry, and if you are a superstar member, you can join every chat, including that VIP chat, and you can get rewards and recognition opportunities as far as trophies and stuff like that. And I want to give a shout out to all of our superstar members, myself, Dave, Tomo, Warren, Taniqua, the Couriers, Vaughn, Teddy, Coach Coombs, Chris, Giovanni, Cardo, and you. Just click the link in the description and you can become a superstar member. Blaze the King Lawler. I mean, I'm lost.
Jerry King Lawler, you remember that?
Hey, Blaze, you serious? We can talk behind stage, huh?
You never watched WWF?
Yeah, you said a King. Yeah, I did, but I don't even remember what that is.
Oh, wow.
I was a diehard fan. UPN 20. What you talking about? SmackDown on UPN 20.
Mm-hmm.
Monday Night Raw. I forgot what channel that was on, but I used to watch that on my little screen TV on my kitchen table.
I think it used to be on USA or TNT. It was on one of those two channels.
Yeah, I mean, as I got older, I remember when I was younger, like when it was on UPN 20, that was SmackDown. I forgot what Raw was on actual cable, and I never got a chance to watch pay-per-view. Never ordered it. I had to wait until Monday Night Raw to see what happened. And then my brother Dimitri, when he started watching it, my mom's just out of pay for WrestleMania. I'm like, wow, all them years you never bought it for me. Shout out to my mom though. Shout out to my mom. Last story about I remember Dimitri. I think he still watches it, but I remember when The Rock came back for the first time and he fought John Cena on WrestleMania. I think it was WrestleMania. And then me, J-Mo Vaughn, like all the older dudes, like we rooting for The Rock. And all the youngins rooting for John Cena. And The Rock won. We was lit. That's what I'm saying. All right. But my last words, shout out to the whole Refuse to Lose Sports Network. Shout out to the whole R2L family too. Everybody in our Instagram chats. Shout out to Lambo Anlo on the intro song. Shout out to my brother Ed Han with the R2L logo. Shout out to my commanders, man. I mean, we cooking. I feel good about what I feel like a lot of guys we picked up that people like, I mean, wow, they only got this guy. They're gonna be good this year, like last year. We picked up a lot of guys that were like, Zach Ertz, what are he gonna do? I mean, he dominated. He played good last year. So I feel like we got a lot of good pieces that's gonna fit with our culture. Kings, whew. I mean, I don't get it that you beat the Cavs one day and then you turn around and lose to the Chicago Bulls at home. Like, what's going on? I don't get it. Like, what's going on, bro? Like, I don't get it. So the Kings, like I said, I'm done with them. I get excited. I'm like, nah, they are who I thought they were. But that's all I got for y'all. Cowboys are the new Washington football team. The NFC East gonna be if Jameis Winston had more wins than the Cowboys this year, oh my gosh.
The chat gonna be lit. Oh my gosh.
Dang.
Last words from me, man. San Francisco. We building through the draft. That doesn't give me a lot of hope, though. I'll be honest. Doesn't give me a lot of hope because we've missed on some draft picks. We have. I mean, all I gotta do is say one name and everyone knows. Trey Lance. I mean, we've missed on some drafts. We drafted a lot of guys in the first round that didn't work out for us. So if we build into the draft, please make the right choice. That's all I care about. Just make the right choice. Miami Heat, I spoke about you yesterday, so I'm not going to address you today. Duke. Shout out to Duke, man. 44-point blowout win today. So let's get it. Ty, you tripping. You can bet me money on that if you want to. But let's get it. I'm excited about that. University of Miami, I like what I'm hearing about Carson Beck and what he's doing in spring training and everything, and to see exactly how he's going to play. But Ty, you said it best. Duke, we're gonna win it all this year. I'm telling you right now. Just watch out, man. We got a team that's prepared. We got a team that's prepared. We are one of the best defensive teams in the country, and one of the best offensive teams in the country. So I'm telling y'all, scary hours, like my boy Isaiah Evans do. Let's get it.
Do y'all play the Ravens this year?
No.
Okay.
No. And if we did, I wouldn't bet that game.
Okay.
Blaze, we can bet that too. You've been saying that for a while. We can bet it too. If you really think that we done this season, we can bet that.
What do done mean?
That our championship window is closed.
Oh, so how will we know that though? What will be proof of that?
For me, not making the playoffs.
Okay, we can revisit this when football season comes.
Oh,
I'm not gonna be part of that though.
We're going to revisit this, and I want both of them to be on the show. I want both of them to be on the show.
Well, I can't wait. And that's all we have for y'all today, and we'll see y'all next episode.
Peace.
Thank you for staying to the end. If you're watching this on YouTube, please like this video, subscribe, and also hit that notification button so you can be notified next time we put out a video. If you're listening on any podcast platform, subscribe and hit that notification button, y'all, so you can be notified we put out another podcast audio. And last but not least, hit that share button. No matter what you're listening to or watching it, hit that share button and send it to somebody that you know that would love to watch this episode you just listened to. So once again, thank you for staying to the end, and we'll see y'all in the next episode.